Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media. This is a video for Defember, which is hosted by Luisa and Barbara. Luisa Heinzel and 49 Dragonflies is Barbara. And today is for December 18th, Mini Pocket Letter and Specimen. Well, specimen, we kind of know what that is. It's usually like a little specimen card, which has like a clear front and something behind it, whether it be a bug or a butterfly or just a picture, flower, or whatever. And then pocket letter, from what I've looked up, is like you fill like a page of, if I had one on me I could show you. You know, alright, so say you have a page that holds baseball cards, the clear pages, the clear inserts. So you would fill all those 9 pockets, fold it up, put in a letter, and put a letter in with it. Apparently that's important, is having a letter. And that would be that would be a pocket letter. And I guess a mini pocket letter could be either you cut it down so you just have 3 of the pockets, or you can make it tiny. So to kind of combine a mini pocket letter and specimen, I think the idea is that you want to see what's in the pocket, because both of them, that's what you do. You see what's in a pocket. So I need something that is somewhat clear to be able to see. And then the specimen has a frame. Pocket letter does not have a frame, but a specimen does have a frame. So I am going to find either some acetate or some vellum and some cardstock. I'll be right back. Alright, so my goal is to try to find something that most everybody would have. Not everybody has packing tape, but that's okay. Maybe you have some acetate from some packaging, or a Ziploc bag, or some vellum or glassine or something like that. I am just going to, hold on, I'm going to do that in a minute. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here. Alright, so like a regular size pocket for a pocket letter would be like 2.5 by 3.5, like ATC card size, right? So a mini one would either have less things or be smaller. So I think I'll just go smaller. That will be my mini part, is I'm just going to make these smaller. And I've just got some Tim Holtz paper here. So I'm going to go 2.5 by 1.5. So that makes them like an inch smaller than, so that's like super mini. And there would be 9 of them if you were doing, what was I doing? Oops, that went crooked. That's alright, we're not looking for perfection. Well, maybe we are. Alright, just make that 1.5 then. And is that still 2.5? Pretty much. These are the same size? Pretty much. Okay. Alright, I'm going to do 3 different patterns, so yeah, okay. I'm not worried about, alright, let's do this one. 2.5 or 1.5. I want that corner there. I kind of like that. Alright, I'm going to cut out 6 more of these. Alright, now there's a couple ways you could do this. You can cut out the middle part using an X-Acto knife, utility knife, scissors, whatever. You could also just use a punch, if you have a round punch or a square punch or whatever. I think I want, since the pockets for a mini pocket letter would be mostly clear, I think I'm going to try to do that. But I'm not going to stress out and worry about if they're straight or not. I am going to wing it, so to speak. So I'm going to grab a ruler, and I'm just going to turn these into like specimen cards without worrying about if they're super straight or not. I do want to make sure that I leave enough around my border. I do not know for sure if this is a self-healing mat or not. You would think it is, because, you know, it's a craft. I don't know. It's alright. I'm not going to worry about it. I do want straight lines. I just don't need them to be... I don't need them to be parallel, I guess, would be what I'm trying to say. And I'm just trying it like this because here's the thing. I know I won't be able to get them all perfect. So then I just kind of do them all not perfect on purpose. Does that make sense to you? I don't know. But like I said, I do need to leave at least enough of a frame. Whoops, kind of went over there, and that's okay. I need enough of a frame to be able to hold the tape and whatnot. So there's one. How do I feel about that? I don't know. You know, I'm not going to worry about it. Alright, so then the next step would be to take your tape and basically just put it on both sides. Because that way it's not going to stick to anything. You have your window. Alright, maybe this won't work. I don't know, because it kind of bubbles up in the middle. But it's clear. And then you can, you know, attach this to your page however you want. If you just want to attach it, like, you know, and then you have a little pocket that you can put on and put something in there. I might even do something and put actual letters like A, B, C, D in there because, you know, I gotta be fresh sometimes. There must be a way to get those bubbles out better, or we just don't worry about it, and that just makes it look older and more like there might be some, I don't know. What if I don't even use my ruler? Then what? I don't know. Then it goes faster. That's what. Okay, let's try that again. Just gonna put that on there like that. And around with that. Try not to get bubbles in there, but not worry too much if we do. Alright, I'm going to do the rest like that. I seem to be cutting off a little more than just the tape. That's okay. Hey, we're just having fun with it. That's kind of the point, right? Alright, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to pull out this page that I dyed the other day. Last week, 2 weeks ago, I don't know, however long it was. And so I'm going to use this side here. And I'm just going to make these all little pockets. And they're plastic on one side. So I'm probably going to have to use art glitter glue or probably Fabri-Tac. Do I have a Fabri-Tac with a smaller nozzle? I don't know. And I'm just going to glue these down imperfectly. And I've got my little wonky windows. I've got my glue that doesn't want to come out. And I'm just trying to make my line as thin as possible on the edges here so I don't lose too much of my pocket. I'm going to have to make tiny little tags to go in these already. Probably should have checked my spacing a little bit better. I think this one needs to be a little bit closer. So my pockets will be quite close together, and that's okay. And don't really want to get it on my mat either. I really should have a piece of paper under here. And the big globs are going to make it a little bit harder to make it a really thin line on there. I don't need it to be perfect. I'm not going for perfection. Perfection doesn't exist. In fact, we'll put this very imperfect one right in the middle. I got a wrinkle in the tape, but I decided to leave it. I decided to leave that wrinkle in the tape. Because, well, you'll see in a minute when I put my letter in, or my letters. I'll be putting in letters. And fortunately I do have that line there, so I'm able to line them up on that side. Which side? Oh, we'll do that side. What's my last one? I don't know. I had them all planned out ahead of time. I was like, ooh, I'm going to put this one here and this one here. But now I'm just kind of like putting them in super super randomly. Those two are a little bit too alike to be putting right next to each other though. It's fine though. It's not that big a deal. I've got dark ones down here, so this one's a little darker too. I'll put it up there. Not that it really matters. We're not looking for perfection. I mean, not that I would complain if I could do things perfectly, but I can't do things perfectly. So then I just do them imperfectly on purpose. Alright, so there are my 9 little pockets for my mini pocket letter and my specimen. What is it called? It just says specimen, right? Oh my goodness, what does it say? I don't know. Specimen slide, specimen whatever. I'll find it. It just says specimen. So it doesn't even have to be a specimen slide. It could just be a specimen. So now, time to make tiny little baby tags to go in these. So these were 1.5 by 2.5, so probably gonna have to do 1 by 2, but let's see. Oh, I can do this. Let's find some more pieces. And well, we'll see. I kind of want them I'll have a little tab to go on them, I think. And just want to get the right size to start with and make sure that it's going to fit. Oops, that's going to be a little too wide. Okay. Well, that, and it doesn't help that it would help if my pockets were completely dry. Alright, I think that will fit. Will it fit all of them? Let's hope so. Alright, I'm just going to take off a tiny sliver off of that so that it will fit all the pockets. And then, for height, they should just take off a little bit. So that will be my template for my little tags that will go in there. And then I don't want them to get stuck in there, so I'm going to have to put a little, oh my goodness. She says as she gets it stuck in there. They're going to need little tabs that, so a specimen are going to be on little tags because why not? But the tags are going to have a little hold thing at the top before I do anything. So this is my template. I'm going to make 9 of these. I'll be right back. Okay, so I have stamped letters on them, and now I'm making a little tab to go on the top. I'm just kind of cutting them all the same length and folding them in half, and hold on, I'll show you. I'm just taking this one and then fold it in half to get the right size. I mean, so they can all be similar size. They don't have to be perfect. And then just taking a tiny bit off each corner, and then I'm going to glue these all on to the top of the tags. And this is my version of mini pocket letters and specimens. I made kind of like a sort of a specimen slide kind of, and did little tags with letters in them and made them all mini. And it ended up being 9 letters, and guess what word fit in there perfectly, ironically, is the word imperfect. So there we go. There is my prompt for today: mini pocket letters and specimen. That's where I went with it today. I hope you all have a delightful day. Love you. And yes, it was fiddly because they're all tiny. And oh, and you might notice I didn't even put my tabs on straight. I did them imperfectly as well. It's all imperfect and perfectly imperfect. Love you guys. Have a delightful day. Bye for reals.